it's a weigh-in day. So it's been 1 week. It's Thursday. It's now 2 weeks, so I'm starting on my 3rd week, I guess. And I lost another 4 pounds. It's not as much as last week, but it's going to start evening out, because the first week is always pretty much a big number. So, but I'm on the way to the store right now to get some supplies for the next week and some dog food. I can't forget that. And I'm going to use this day as a cheat day. I'm not going to go over my limit of calories, which is around 1,500 and something calories, but I'm just going to go to Subway and get a sandwich to kind of do something different than the Nutrisystem diet. Good way to celebrate a weigh-in day, so to speak. I bought a bunch of things that I wanted to compare to the Nutrisystem stuff, and I've been doing some research and comparing, you know, the two of them together. So, like for instance, the Maruchan noodles that I bought, the cup of noodles, they're right out because the sodium on these is huge. It's like 1,200. I'm only supposed to have like 2,500 a day. But I did find some Nissan Kung Pao chicken, which is ironic because that's what the flavor of the Nutrisystem stuff is, and the sodium on that is only 680. But what I did was I wanted to compare it, you know, that it's 190 calories for the Nutrisystem and 260 for the Nissan. 34 carbs, 32 carbs, 2 fat. Here's where it got really interesting. The fat on that is 12 grams, so it's a huge jump there. And the protein is higher over on the Nutrisystem side. And the sodium is about even, and so is the fiber. So higher in fat and lower in protein. And plus, this has two. This actually is that's 2 servings. So if I ate the whole thing, it'd be what, 520, and then 64 grams. You know, so on and so on. So, and I bought the basil over there too, the tomato basil, and it was the same thing. It's ×2, and it's pretty much, it's very similar between the two. Higher in fat, lower in protein. Now, one of the things I did like about in the Nutrisystem was they had a loaded mashed potatoes. So I found this Betty Crocker loaded mashed potatoes, and I want to compare that. Once again, as opposed to Nutrisystem, they consider this 2 servings, which, you know, you could eat this thing in, you know, seconds flat. But comparing the two, it's 190 calories for the Nutrisystem, and 80, or it would be 160 calories for the Betty Crocker. 32 carbs, 16 carbs, which would be 32. This where it got interesting. 4 grams of fat and 1 gram of fat, so it only have 2 grams of fat over here on the Betty Crocker side. But once again, it's higher in protein over here on the Nutrisystem side, and this only has 2, or which would be 4 over on the Betty Crocker side, and much higher in sodium, because it's 370, but that would be what, 740. So, and then the same amount of fiber in both of them. So once again, higher in protein, even though Betty Crocker is lower in fat. Something that, you know, they might want to consider. So, and I've been going through, and that's what I found in most of these. I found a Sloppy Joe sandwich maker from Hormel, and compared it to, they send you like 1 packet of the Sloppy Joe sauce over on the, well, let me show it to y'all. See, Nutrisystem sends you that. So you just heat this whole package in the microwave, and then you put it on a bun. So say hello, Maggie. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Maggie. And hi, Lefty. How are you? That's a good puppy. Anyway, but comparing those two, once again, this is considered 2 servings. So now, if you're only going to do 1, it's pretty even on the calories, the carbs, 11 to 13. Once again, it's higher in fat over here and lower in protein, because the fat over in the Nutrisystem is 6, Hormel is 9, protein is 15 on the Nutrisystem side, and 9 on the Hormel side. And then very much higher in sodium, which I see a lot with these type of meals. So, and then what was interesting are these completes. So now these Hormel complete meals, these are spaghetti and turkey meatballs, which I compared to the spaghetti meat sauce that comes in there, because they don't have a spaghetti with turkey meatballs. But the calories are about the same, 230 to 250. Carbs 20 over here to 29 on the complete side. Fat 6 to 7, about the same. Protein, though, this is where it was interesting, is only 5 over on the Nutrisystem side and 17 on the complete side. So, and then sodium, though, is a lot higher over here. So that was saying it was over 600 milligrams. So 120 over on the Nutrisystem side to 600. So, and then I bought one of the breakfast ones, which is interesting. It was an interesting thing. They don't have anything like this on the Nutrisystem package. This is the bacon breakfast scramble. Now it does have a lot of protein in it, but not also a lot of fat. So only 10 grams of carb, but 25 grams of fat. Wow. And then sodium, 920. You see there, buddy. We see you. So that's what I was going through, you know, comparing the two of them together. The mac and cheese, I bought several different kinds. Now, once again, it always looks like, you know, the Nutrisystem is going to be higher in protein and lower in fat than most of the ones over here. Because like now, Kraft did have lower fat, but only 7 grams of protein compared to 12 over on the Nutrisystem side. Now, the Velveeta had higher protein, but lower protein, but higher fat. So it's just a toss-up. But I don't think, I guess that's one of the things that I could say, is that you know, the stuff that you find on the shelf isn't comparable a little bit. It is a little bit to the Nutrisystem foods, but there are subtle differences. The Nutrisystem is higher in protein, lower in fat. It seemed to be lower in carbs too, and the sodium is much, much lower. Something which I do have to watch out for. And what I'm doing is, I have a program, and this is an app on the phone too. Some of y'all are familiar with this. This is the MyFitnessPal. And I log everything I eat. For instance, on this day, this Sunday, I had banana muffin, Greek yogurt. Second breakfast, I guess I skipped the day. Oh, I slept, that's right. And then lunch, I had the cheddar broccoli rice and the double chocolate caramel bar, a Honeycrisp apple for snack, their mac and cheese cut for dinner, and then some popcorn at night, and cheese puffs, you know, from the Nutrisystem. So it all added up to, I ate 1538 calories that day. or 1,500 calories a day, 235 carbs, 58 fat, 60, you know, so it's just going on and on to where it's measuring, you know, my daily goal and what I eat. Like sodium, you're only supposed to have 2,500 milligrams a day, but I'm getting, you know, a little bit more in some of the days. So, and it's just finding foods to replace that. I mean, slowly, but eventually I'll have to actually go into, I guess, a mode where I can still eat this way, or this many meals a day, but I'll have to find foods that are about equivalent to these, which I probably can, but it might be harder to go with, you know, fresh, you know, making fresh and keeping up with it on a day-to-day basis. So it'll be interesting, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, 2 weeks, 13 pounds down, and that's where I'm at. So onward and upward.